Great. Everything's just great. Find out what I mean on today's edition of Liberty at Home. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Liberty at Home. I'm Pastor Adam Rivero from the Liberty Baptist Church right here in Easton. And today, as always, we're broadcasting from the Easton Community Access Television Studios, just around the corner from one of the town's hidden gems, the Easton Historical Society. On today's edition of Liberty at Home, we're continuing our section-by-section study of Psalm 119, which means we'll be reading from verses 153 to 160. So let's read the verses together. Consider mine affliction and deliver me, for I do not forget thy law. Plead my cause and deliver me. Quicken me according to thy word. Salvation is far from the wicked, for they seek not thy statutes. Great are thy tender mercies, O Lord. Quicken me according to thy judgments. Many are my persecutors and mine enemies, yet do I not decline from thy testimonies. I beheld the transgressors and was grieved, because they kept not thy word. Consider how I love thy precepts. Quicken me, O Lord, according to thy loving kindness. Thy word is true from the beginning, and every one of thy righteous judgments endureth forever. Great. Is there any word that's more generic than great? How are you doing? Great. How was school today? Great. How's the dinner? Great. Great is a word that's vaguely positive, all while being completely nondescript at the same time. So when we see the word great here in verse 156, great are thy tender mercies, O Lord, our minds likely go back to that same generic definition that we have in our minds. But before we dig into the meaning of that verse, let's put a pin on that thought and take a moment and consider the misery that the psalmist is describing in the passage that we just read. Here are some of the words he uses to describe his present situation in verses 153 through 160. Affliction, grieved, persecutors, enemies, and transgressors. In short, he's going through a tremendous season of difficulty in his life. Yet, right in the midst of all this, the psalmist boldly proclaims, "Great are thy tender mercies, O Lord." And his mercies are great. Yet what kind of great are we talking about here? In today's way of speaking, we'd say that the definition of great is, well, better than good. Yet that doesn't seem to describe God's mercies at all. No, the type of great we're talking about here, according to Webster's 1828 dictionary, is this: vast, extensive, wonderful, admirable. Let's see how that definition works in our verse that we were just reading. How vast, extensive, wonderful, and admirable are thy tender mercies, O Lord. Now that makes sense. Today, no matter your situation or what difficulty you're going through, consider the vast and wonderful mercies of God that He's extended upon your life. We live in a world where mercy is scarcely valued, seldom talked about, and even more rarely practiced. Yet our Lord is so good that He lavishes us with His mercies on a daily, on a moment-by-moment basis. His greatest act of mercy He's ever accomplished is to save mankind from their sin and eternal punishment of hell, thanks to His sacrifice Jesus Christ made on the cross. 1 Peter chapter 1, verse 3 talks about this when the Apostle Peter says, "Blessed be the God and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, which according to His abundant mercy hath begotten us again unto a lively hope by the resurrection of Jesus Christ from the dead." If you've never received the mercy of God in your life through salvation, I urge you to call upon Christ to save you today. But then, if you are born again, take some time to dwell on the mercies of the Lord in your life. It reminds me of Psalm 89, verses 1 and 2. I will sing of the mercies of the Lord forever. With my mouth will I make known thy faithfulness to all generations. For I have said, mercy shall be built up forever. Thy faithfulness shalt thou establish in the very heavens. Thank the Lord for His great mercy today. Well, I'm out of time for today's edition of Liberty at Home, so I'll leave you today with a reminder that you're welcome anytime at Liberty Baptist Church. We meet every Sunday and Wednesday at 800 Washington Street, right on Route 138 here in Easton. With Easter coming up, we want to let you know that we have special Easter week services. We have a Friday service at 7 p.m., a free breakfast Easter morning at 9:45, and Easter worship at 11 a.m. For more information and to save a seat for you and your family, go to mylibertybaptist.org. Well, I'm Adam Rivero signing off with a reminder, as always, that where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty. Catch you next week here on ECAT on Liberty at Home.